Hey Tuto girls! For today's activity, we're going to make beautiful butterflies. And in order to make our butterflies, we're going to need a pair of scissors, a stick of glue, and some different colored paint. So more precisely, we're going to need a large piece of paper to protect our table, a small piece of paper to do our drawing, a pair of scissors, some glue to glue the bodies onto our butterflies, a few paint brushes to paint, and now we're going to choose our colors. So we're going to get our paint palette first, and I'm going to take some pink paint that I'm going to just put into my palette right here for the wings. Then I'm going to take a little bit of purple paint right here. And for my second butterfly, I'm going to take some green and yellow for his body. And then for my third butterfly, I'm going to use some red and a little bit of blue for his body. So now all of our colors are in the palette ready to go, and you can use a little cup of water to rinse your paintbrushes, as well as a towel to rinse your fingers. So in order to make our butterflies, we're going to take our first sheet of paper, flip it, and then we're going to fold it lengthwise. So take your fingers to help you press along the left-hand side to make it nice and folded and tight. And you can use your fingernails to make it nice and crisp. Then you're going to take your pencil, and along the left-hand side, we're going to draw the wings of our butterflies. So for my first butterfly, I'm going to make the wings nice and round. For the second butterfly, I'm going to make my wings a little bit more jagged. And for my third butterfly, I think I'm going to make the wings a little bit scoopier. Perfect. So remember, we're looking at 1, 2, 3 half wings of the butterflies. When we open up the paper, it'll look like a full butterfly. Great. On the other side of the paper, we're going to draw the bodies of each of our butterflies. So this is the part that's going to connect both halves of the wings together. Perfect. So eventually when we cut it out, you're going to see both sides of the wing. So let's take our scissors and we're going to cut out the perimeter of the 3 wings. So let's start with our first one. Nice and slowly snip, snip around the wing. I'm going to make it a little bit easier for myself. I'm just going to cut all the way down the paper and separate the bodies from the wings. Great. So let's just snip that little piece off. We're going to keep going nice and easy, nice and slowly around the wing. Remember, girls, you can go as slowly as you want. Try not to hurt your fingers. Perfect. Now it can get a little bit tricky when we're snipping around the round edges. And then snip, we have our first butterfly. Look how pretty she looks. Okay, second one should be a little bit easier to snip because there's less round edges. I think my 3 butterflies are going to be 3 sisters. They're going to look really pretty together. Really nice and colorful. Monarch butterflies can fly like up to 2,000 miles. So there's strong butterflies, there's smaller butterflies, bigger ones, poisonous ones. Great. So now we're on our third one. Great. And so I'm going to make mine all different colors. I think my first butterfly, I'm actually going to make him pink and purple. My second one, I'm going to make him green and maybe a little bit of yellow inside. And my third one, I'm going to make him red and blue. So they're going to be a really colorful butterfly family. Definitely going to be able to spot them when they're flying around. Some butterflies have green and brown colors, which make them a little bit more camouflaged. So I'm just pushing my scraps away so my workstation is nice and clean again. And now we're going to work on our bodies. So we have 3 bodies. I'm just going to snip them to separate them. And again, just start cutting right around the circumference. Throw away your scraps. Nice and easy. Be careful with your fingers. Perfect. Up and around. Nice job, guys. Almost done. There's hundreds of different species of butterflies. Lots of different colors, so you pretty much can't go wrong. Whatever color you do choose, it most likely exists somewhere around in the world. Great, so now I have my 3 butterflies and I'm going to paint their wings. So let's grab one of our paint brushes. I'm going to take a thick one, dab it in a little bit of water, not too much, just to get a little bit of moisture onto the fingertips. Put it into your paint. So I'm going to start this one with some pink. I'm going to brush right alongside the wings. And make sure that your other butterflies have enough distance so you don't get any of the pink on the other ones, or any other color that you're doing. My butterfly is pink, my bracelet is pink, my shirt is pink. I'm definitely in a girly mood today. Perfect. So I'm putting this one on the side so he can dry. And now I'm really going to nicely brush off my paintbrush. I don't want there to be any leftover pink in there. Okay. This one's going to have green wings to match the forest, so he's going to be a little bit more of a camouflage butterfly. Nice bright green. Just brush it right alongside, and remember to hold on to your butterfly with your finger so he doesn't go running off while you're painting. Or flying off, rather. Perfect. Almost done. You might get a little bit on your fingers, and that's okay. We can always wash them afterwards. Great. So let's put this one aside. And yeah, don't forget to clean off your fingertips. Okay, my last butterfly is a little bit smaller. I'm going to clean my brush once again. Really want the color to look nice and pure. Dab it. And then these wings are going to be bright red. So this is kind of like a fiery butterfly. A little bit more red. I want it to be really nice and bright. And a lot of animals in the wild, when they see red, they think that it's dangerous or poisonous. So this one's going to be kind of a feisty butterfly. Okay, let's clean our brushes. Put this one aside so he can dry as well. Great. So now we have our 3 bodies, which will also need to be painted. So I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush because the bodies are a little bit smaller. And so the body for my first butterfly, I'm going to make purple. So just take your finger to keep the body in place. And nice even strokes right around. Let's rinse our brush. You can pat it even at the very bottom of the cup, which will get some of the paint out of the bristles. Really wiggle it around. And here we're going to take some yellow and work on our second body here. Perfect. Almost done with our bodies here. We have this blue here. It's going to look a really nice contrast with the red of my last butterfly. Red and blue, just missing a little white to make it an American flag. Perfect. So now we finished our painting. I'm going to take the first set of wings of my first butterfly and just line them up with my second and third butterfly as well. And I'm just going to align the bodies with my butterflies. Up, use your pencil. It'll help you pick them up without getting any paint on your fingers. Perfect. And then my yellow guy is going for my second butterfly. Oop. And don't worry, guys, if it flips over, just pop it right back. If you need to repaint it, no problem. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our wings. So I have this really kind of funky glue with sparkles in it, and I love anything that sparkles. And then we also have our markers to make some more decorations on the wings. And you can do anything. You can do polka dots, you can do stars and smiley faces. I'm doing hearts here on my second butterfly. And a little star. Putting the cap back on, or else the glue will start to dry. Now I'm going to take a little magic marker. And add some little flowers. Just because this butterfly loves flowers. He's always sniffing them, hanging out around the flowers. Perfect. And then you can also use stickers, whatever you guys have around the house that you want to use to decorate. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the back side of the body, which you're then going to place and use your finger to dab the body in the middle of the two wings. And you can do this for each of the bodies that you've cut out for your butterflies. Then just take it and lightly pat it without getting too much paint on your fingers and let them dry. So for a third butterfly, a little bit of glue, not too much or else it's going to get all gumpy, and push it down with your finger. Great! Our 3 butterflies look really awesome. Great job, girls. So, Tuto girls, here are our beautiful butterflies. I hope you had a really fun time making them today and that you're happy with how they turned out. I'd love to see your artwork, so please send them in to me on tutokid.com.